What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. I had spent some time today out here in the garage to tinker with a different project, and I decided to abandon that so we can start polishing the CRX. If you guys haven't seen the previous video, be sure to go back and check it out. We cut and polished the towers of the H2B engine bay, as well as my Civic Wagon's engine bay over there. I have the hood popped on the CRX as well as the car cover off the Wagon's engine bay, just to look at the towers to make sure I polished out the areas that needed to be polished, that was sanded out, and it looks really good. Last night I was doing it and it was kind of dark to see the areas that I was working with, but after now looking at it in the daylight, we did a freaking fantastic job. Now it is a little bit hard to see because the lamp is behind the hood here, but the tower right here we polished out. It is looking freaking awesome, right? I don't know if you guys can see the reflection. It's kind of hard with white, but over here on the Wagon's engine bay, really nice and shiny. I am super stoked about that. I am super stoked about that. So today I figured, you know what, it is clear skies, no overcast. It's a little chilly, which is okay, and it's not raining for the rest of the week. So what I want to do is I just want to get right to it, man. I just want to polish out this car one more time. And if you guys remember, like maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when I sprayed this car, I did cut and polish it with the stage 1. Now if you guys saw the previous video, these are some of the compounds I was using. So stage 1 is what I use on the entire car. I cut the car all the way up to about 2500 grit, and then I polished it with this on a white pad. And then I have stage 2 and 3. I have stage 2 here somewhere. Here we go. This right here is stage 2, right? And I don't think I'm going to use stage 2. I've already hit the car with 1. I'm going to go straight to 3. I do have the pad for it right here. I bought these with the kit, and I've already used the white pad with the white compound, black to black, and then blue to blue. And this is what I'm going to be using today. Makita buffer. I'm going to use Mother's clay bar. I do have this one right here as well too. And then tape up the areas that don't want to be polished. And we're going to go right to it. First, I'm going to go ahead and just wash this car because it has been raining and there is just dust and dirt everywhere. Quick update, guys. It is only 5:30 and it is like completely dark out. So I spent about 2 hours washing this car. And the reason why it took me 2 hours is because while I was washing this car, you guys may have seen that I clay barred it as well too. So I was using this Mother's clay bar, and this is also Mother's clay bar, right? And I clay barred the entire car, and there was just a ton of overspray, I guess it was, that was making a lot of like sandy texture. So after clay barring it, it's smooth as butter now. Feels really freaking good. But when I got to the back, I've noticed that I mean, you guys are not going to see it anymore because I scraped it all off, but right here. So if you guys can see right there, it's like overspray or something. And it didn't come from me, because when I first got this car, this like section was all white. It was white, and I didn't know what it was. For a while I was trying to get it off, but didn't really get it off then. But this time I was like, you know what, I'm gonna run it through with a razor blade, and I was able to take off most of it. There's still some little ones in between right there, but I got most of it off, and then when I did all that, I went up to the front. When I clear coated this carbon hood, there was a giant drip that was like right here, and you guys saw I razor bladed, sanded it all, and I decided to just sand off the whole entire front nose to make it all nice and uniform. And it's just the nose and not the rest of the hood. I was gonna do the whole hood, but I don't have enough material, so I just did the nose. And before I actually start masking and polishing the entire car out, I'm gonna do this first section first with the stage 1 compound, which is the white one. And I'm gonna use my mini buffer because I don't have a pad for this guy. I'm gonna use the mini buffer right there, stage 1 compound, knock that first half of the nose, and then we'll get to the stage 3 on the entire car. I know it's kind of cold, but I'm pretty sure I can still polish the car. I don't think it's gonna like alter the compound or anything. I know in the summertime when it's too hot, it dries up the compound. So at least for tonight, I want to try to at least do both fenders, the hood, probably top of the bumper as well. And I don't know if I'm gonna get to the back door. We'll see what the time is looking like or if it gets any colder, but let's go ahead and knock this one out first. The end is near, guys. The last big thing we needed to do with the car was the final polish, and we finally got it done. Take my words for it. It may be a little hard for you guys to see because the car is white and there's not a lot of light out, but the paint clarity is so much more clear. The car is going to sit right here on the driveway for a couple of more days, so I need to find a quality car cover just to cover it for the time being, because I can guarantee you guys by tomorrow, the car is going to be dusty. This morning when I came out, paw prints everywhere. There's still a few little odds and ends I need to do with the car, like clean the decograms, put those back onto the car. I need to figure out the radiator situation because the Speed Factory drag radiator is not efficient enough. The fan that comes on it is a 9-inch spall fan that only draws 590 CFM, which is literally half of what the factory fan pulls, right? They do have another 9-inch fan that draws 730 CFM. Even though it's a little bit more than what's in the car, it's still lesser than what the OEM pulls, right? The next size up is a 10-inch fan, and they have one that's 1130 CFM from Real Street Performance, but the overall width of it is 11.2, which the drag radiator is only 10-inch wide. So that's going to overhang a lot, and I don't want to deal with that. My next solution is to modify a different radiator, which I have over there, which I actually bought for the car, but it didn't fit full size. I want to try to modify that half-core radiator and make it fit between the turbo and the radiator support, and then maybe if I can put a 12-inch fan, I'll put a 12-inch fan. If not, I'll probably buy that 10-inch fan and throw that into the car, and hopefully that will help cool the car down for long-term driving. Aside from the radiator situation and the wheels going back onto the car, I'm really still on the hunt for the center divider for the rear compartment. But other than that, the car is practically done. We're gonna wrap it up for this video right here, guys. I hope you enjoyed the progress update on the H2B CRX. If you guys did, be sure to leave a thumbs up. And if you guys want to stick around for more CRX content as well as my wagon right there, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.